Good morning, everyone. Happy New Year, 2023. Yes, I know we're almost at the end of the month and we're saying Happy New Year. Imagine that. But it's our first show of the 2023 year. Oh my God, we've been gone since last year. We were at the CARD conference last week. So, welcome to Coffee Break with CARD, La Hora del Cafecito's new, well, no longer new sister show. My name is Lourdes Quinones, and I would like to welcome you to today's program. Again, we are so happy and so excited to be here with you this new year. It's been an exciting year for us, and we want to ask you to come in, sign in on the comment section so we can say good morning to you. Let us know if you're drinking a cup of coffee with us. We'd love to say hello to you, okay? So, in today's program, we'll be talking about what's going on at CARD, some of our services, our new services, our community programs, so that you can participate in them. Okay, so come on in. We got a lot to talk about. And let's start out by introducing you to our coffee break with CARD hostesses of today. My name is Lourdes Quinones, as I mentioned. I am a CARD consultant assigned to the early age group as well as professionally, I am a pediatric physical therapist and a special education teacher. I am joined by my colleagues, Jasmine Castellano. Buenos dias, Jasmine.
Buenos dias, Lourdes. Good morning, everyone.
Olivia McDonald. Buenos dias, Olivia.
Good morning, Lourdes.
And Maggie Aldana. Buenos dias, Maggie.
Good morning.
As you know, Jasmine Castellano is an excellent professional in the field of mental health. She is a CARD consultant assigned to the middle and age group, and she is a mother of three, one of whom is diagnosed with autism. Welcome, Jasmine.
Thank you, Lourdes.
Olivia McDonald is an excellent professional in the field of public health. She is a CARD consultant assigned to the primary age group, just like me. And she is the mother of a beautiful baby boy and has a younger brother who's an adult diagnosed with autism. Welcome, Olivia.
Thank you, Lourdes. I feel like I have to edit that, though. He's almost 2 now.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Well, he's a baby to me. I got adults. They're going to be babies forever. Okay.
Okay. I can get behind that.
Anyway, Maggie Aldana is a special education teacher and is the chair of CARD's constituency board and is the mother of three children, two of whom are diagnosed with autism. Welcome, Maggie.
Thank you, Lourdes.
So, but before we get started, we want to review the rules we want to adhere to during our programming to ensure a safe environment for all of us. Make sure to keep an open mind and a positive attitude and use respectful language so we can maintain a safe environment for all of us. Okay. But before we get started, let's see who's in the audience so we can say hello. Jasmine, will you greet the audience for us before we get started? Or Olivia?
Olivia, do you see anyone?
Yeah, so good morning to Mark. And
Morning, Mark.
And here, good morning to Cheryl.
Good morning, Cheryl. How are you? Thank you for being here, Cheryl. We appreciate it. All righty. Thank you so much. Anyway, as you come in, you can start signing in, and we'll love to say hello to you during the program. Anyway, as I mentioned earlier in today's program, we'll be talking about CARD services and some of our community events so that you can participate in them. Okay, so join us. We have a lot to talk about. Jasmine is going to be sharing with us some of the information about our services, and we're going to be asking the questions. So let's get started. I'll start with the first question. Jasmine, can you tell us about CARD and what services we provide, etc.?
Yes, Lourdes. So, first of all, I want to start by saying that all our services are free of charge. And our services is for anyone who has a diagnosis of autism, his or her family, or caregivers. And yes, we do sometimes ask for their health insurance information, not because we're going to charge the health insurance, just because in that way, when we are providing information about specialists or providers for therapy, we try to get those that are accepted by the insurance that are participating on your insurance. So there is totally free of charge for everyone since the moment they get diagnosed with autism, sometimes 2 years old, 3 years old, all the way through 150 years old. So it's through the whole lifespan of the person with autism. Um, so what are some of the services that we provide? We provide direct assistance, which includes, it's like one-on-one, hand-in-hand services for the individualized services for the person with autism, caregivers, and or families. And basically, at that, we assign the person with autism to a consultant if that's what the family would like or the person would like. And the consultant will provide the services, which includes providing educational information. It could include also connecting the family with different community programs or community resources. It could include connecting them with different providers in the community, in the area. It can also include us going to IEP meetings. I need to be clear that when we go to an IEP meeting, we are not going to take sides. Excuse me, we're not going to take the sides. So we're going to be impartial. However, we are going to provide information, educational information, and supportive information to the professionals in the IEP meetings to better satisfy the needs of the student with autism, and how can we better maximize the strength of that person with autism so they can be successful academically. So that's the goal, you know. We can also assist, for example, if the parents are into agreement and the school is in agreement, we can go to the school and assist with the teacher in providing them with different strategies, suggestions, just another mindset, that, can assist the student or the child with autism. So again, he or she can be successful. So that's in a nutshell how the direct assistance work. I want to be clear that we are not managers, so we are not going to be calling you every week or following up and all that. So we are waiting for you, for the family or the person or the adult with autism to follow up with us. It's like when you go to the PCP, when you go to your primary doctor and you are, I don't know, you got a cold, and the primary doctor says, well, I'm going to give you this prescription and this is, a little blood work. Well, the doctor is not going to call you the following week. Hey, did you take your medication like I told you twice a day? Oh, did you do your blood work? Remember, you need to be fasting for your blood work. How we doing? How you feel? No, you do what you need to do. If you don't do it, then the doctor is not going to be calling you to make sure that you did it. So basically, a little bit, not as much as that, but a little bit like that. So we like to empower the families. We like for the families to take ownership and the person with autism to take ownership and to feel empowered to follow up with us, to let us know. We always let them know, please tell me how did it go. Please call me if you were able to connect with this service, or let me know if you couldn't connect with the service, and that's important for you guys to let us know how it went with the resources that we're providing you. Because if it doesn't work, then we can find other ways to make things happen. We can be creative. So that's in terms of direct assistance. Another thing that I want to clarify is that we are professionals. We are all having master's degree of above or a higher degree in different areas: mental health, ABA therapy, physical therapy, social work, public health. I mean, we are in all different areas, and we have many years of experience in that field. We also special education as well, but it doesn't mean that we are providing therapy. Not because I'm in the field of mental health means that I'm going to provide therapy, and people will be like, why? Because we are not going to duplicate services. There's plenty of mental health therapists and all the other therapists in the community, and then we will refer you um, so you can receive those services in the community. However, sometimes parents ask me, but if you are a mental health therapist and you know about behavior, so how come you can, like, so what's the use? Well, it doesn't mean that. I mean, we have the experience and we have the knowledge and we're going to use it. For example, we can assist in implementing strategies at the home. Sometimes the therapist will tell the parents, make sure that you're working on this at home. Well, there's something different when you're at the office and when you are at home. It's like, okay, how can I implement this? How I'm going to make it happen? So that's when we are there for you. We support you and we help you in implementing those strategies. Or sometimes it's like, oh, we have a waiting list and the child, their behavior is way too much to handle, is sometimes even unsafe. Well, then we can implement the strategies in the meantime, for the family to be able to work with the child or the person with autism in that area. So yes, it's really helpful and it comes handy, but we are not providing formal therapeutic services.
I think sometimes too it can be really helpful if in helping families, like to sometimes it's like, okay, I have a list of a therapist and I'm going to be talking with them, but like, what questions do I ask and things like that. So sometimes our experience is really helpful in that regard too.
Correct. And how to better advocate for the child or the person with autism. Yes, that definitely is.
As well as making an assessment of what might be, because of our clinical experience, we might have an assessment, may be able to make internally an assessment of what may be a good recommendation to ask the family to follow up with. So we might be able to say, I think you will benefit from seeking the advice of, you know what I mean? Like making that referral. But that comes from our clinical experience. That comes from our analytical kind way of thinking.
Yes.
That without that background, we may not have always that
Correct.
that
Correct.
access to that way of thinking. Not to say that it wouldn't be possible, but I think it helps, like you're saying. Okay,
It really does. It
yeah.
really does. I can
So,
see it, and whenever I'm visiting families.
so what else? What else do you say? What county?
So we have also the technical assistance, which is usually the schools are the one who call us the most for technical assistance. I have a child, he's displaying some behavioral situations or challenges, or academically he's not performing as it should. We are in the process of evaluating for autism, and we can go and assist the school in implementing different strategies. It's pretty much like direct assistance for the families, but this time is for the school or for any business. Like, for example, I have different like constituents that are adults, and I'll go to the workplace, and assist the employees and the supervisors on how to better adapt or accommodate the needs of the employee with autism. So it could be a school, it could be also businesses or employers. So we also provide information and participate in different community events, so we can provide information in different community events. We also provide trainings, and we provide training to families and as well as professionals, um, public organizations, private organizations, government organizations, museums, restaurants, big stores, Walmart, Target, whomever. I mean, the more people who knows about autism, especially businesses, the better. So I'm always ask the parents to advocate and talk to them about us. That like, hey, my child has autism. I would love to go to your restaurant. Are you guys know, how to better handle someone with autism and their needs? And no, we don't know. Okay, well then this is a place you can call so you can get trained. Okay, and
it's free again.
Free, totally free, and it's a good way of promoting their business as well. So another thing is that what are the counties that we serve? We serve a lot of counties. We provide services to Charlotte, to Collier, to DeSoto, to Glades, to Hardee, Hendry, Highlands, Hillsborough, Lee, Manatee, Pasco, Pinellas, Polk, and Sarasota. So if you are in any of those counties, or do you know someone in any of those counties, or ideally all the businesses that are in all those counties can be trained and get information about how to better satisfy the needs of the families, the children, and adults with autism, give us a call. We need to get together and we have to advocate for the community. So raise your voice and say, hey, listen, I need you to get trained in this area.
Yeah.
It's so true. We just celebrated 30 years of being in the community. This was our 30th year conference, and 30 years of being in the community. And there's still people out there who say, we didn't even know you were out there, or we forget that CARD is out there. So yes, so word of mouth does go a long way. So
Yeah.
Olivia.
So yeah, so thank you for sharing all that information, Yasmin. So if they're interested in any of all those services that you listed, what's the best way for our audience to get in touch and to get that process started?
They can call, they can email, they can use Facebook, Instagram, smoke signals. I mean, we are everywhere. They can communicate with us on any way possible. But anyways, and Olivia, I think you're gonna put this in later on so they can have this information. So the Tampa main office phone number is 813-974 2532, 813-974-2532. And then for the Fort Myers satellite office, which includes Lee, Collier, Glades, Charlotte, and Hendry counties, is 239-590-7769. For the Harlan satellite office, which includes DeSoto, Hardee, and Highlands, is 813-816-0115. And also the email, which is CARD-USF@usf.edu. There's also the registration forms and training forms that are also in our website available. That's another way for people to get in touch with us.
Yeah, and I'll put those links in the comments.
Mm-hmm.
That's wonderful. And now that we're passing out information on how our audience can get in touch with us, can you give us some information on what social media platforms our audience can use to find CARD-USF?
Yeah, we are everywhere. We are on Facebook, we are on Instagram, we have our YouTube channel that they can get in touch with us. Our website, as I mentioned before. We also have, I want to mention this, we also have our library, which is electronic library or e-library, which is totally free for those families and constituents that are registered with us. So you are more than welcome to also register for our e-library and have access to information and books about autism and different areas in regards to the autism.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you so much for sharing that. And I always I know I said this in the Spanish show in La Hora del Cafecito, and I always remind people and our parents, don't forget our website, because I know we get involved when we think of social media, we think of the Facebook, the Instagram, and this and the other, but we, sometimes forget about our website. Our website is filled with information that you can access to include PowerPoints and trainings regarding topics that you are already interested in. It has brochures, it has lists of, for example, um, resources, a lot of safety resources to include where to get swim lessons in your by county. There's a list of that. So be sure to go there and check out what we have on our website. Don't forget that as part of our resources. Okay. Also, I like to always share the fact that to make it easier on everyone, our YouTube page, our Facebook in English page, and pretty much the Instagram page, likely, are all the same thing. You see our names. So for example, Jasmine and I have the CARD-USF after our names. That's exactly the address for our social media. Okay, so if you're going to find us on our Facebook page or YouTube page, enter that. Okay, and you'll find our YouTube channel is that. That's where you can find past episodes on Coffee Break with Card on topics that you may be interested in. Some of the interviews we have done. For example, we interviewed professionals from Johns Hopkins Hospital recently, Children's Hospital, regarding feeding therapy and a nutritionist. So those resources are there. So those are things we have other types of resources there, but make sure that you go there. Okay. We also have the Grupo Card Español. If you are bilingual and watching this and you get to see the show in Spanish, the playlist is there. La Hora del Cafecito. We have already been over 2 years um, on the air doing this show. So there's plenty of videos and resources in that. So be sure to follow us there. All righty. So Jasmine, anything else you'd like to?
I was gonna say, Lourdes, 3 years.
I'm sorry.
We've been together 3 years.
I know. And we took at the conference. We took our third year the picture. I cannot believe it. You
I
know,
know.
where we met. That's where we met Maggie for the first time, and for the idea of La Hora del Cafecito was cooked at the conference of the 2020 conference, which was the last conference, the first and last conference the three of us were in. That we met and started the La Hora del Cafecito, which is what originated this show. And we took another picture this year to make sure we commemorated that day. So yeah, that's exciting. Yeah. Anyway, talking about that, anything else, Jasmine, that you would like to share?
Yeah, now that you mentioned it, Lourdes, the conference which happened this past weekend, it was great presenters, very informative. We had very great attendance. We had a lot of very good positive feedback from the community, parents, and professionals as well about the conference. So it's always the weekend of Martin Luther King weekend.
Yeah.
So I will encourage you not to miss it next year in 2024. So it's in January. We have a wonderful weather, cold. So yeah, we have that. We also are working for this year as well to continue with the baby boot program that is in English. No, I do the Spanish version of it, and basically it's a program for parents and of caregivers of little ones with autism, or that they believe I has autism, and it's a 5-week training. and they talk about challenging behaviors, improving social communication, advocacy, benefits and resources, and parent support and self-care. So just be in the lookout for that. It will be posted in social media, so you can register to it, and it's totally free.
Hmm. Yes, and that's led by our wonderful colleague Lee Daly.
Lead
Does
day.
a wonderful job, and so it's basically a curriculum that walks parents through, the early years and whatever, and it becomes also a place where parents to network and get to know each other, people who are going through basically the same thing. So it's a wonderful place to get to know each other and to build those connections, and that's another program that we are looking to get started in here as well. So be sure to follow up with us on that, okay? The parent connection thing. All right. Okay, so yes, that conference was, everybody was excited to be together for the first time since 2020. Um, Wonderful speakers, wonderful attendance. It was wonderful. It was a wonderful event.
Mhm.
So be sure to keep up with us and the resources in that. Okay. All right. Okay, so that almost brings us to the end of the show, but I didn't want us to leave without, first of all, checking in to see if we have any comments. If you are watching us and have any comments that you like or questions that you would like to share with us, go ahead and be sure to write it in there. We'll try to answer you now. We'll go up here. Yeah, we always look back and try to find comments and coming back on those. And remember, if we create a future program based on your comment or question, we'll be sure to give you credit on the air for giving us that idea. So always be sure to leave us something. Do either one of you, Jasmine or Olivia, see comments?
There was a comment from Cheryl, but I'm going to follow up with her one-on-one.
Okay, perfect. Wonderful. All righty. So we're almost at the end, but I just wanted to really thank Jasmine and Olivia for bringing us this information. Thank you so much for doing all the legwork on this. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And again, I wanted to let you know that next week, we are going to be coming back on the air. Typically, what we've been doing is every other week, but because this month the first week we were just coming off vacation for the holidays, and then we went into the conference, and so we didn't want to miss the second episode this month. So we're coming in next week for your second episode, and we are going to interview one of our wonderful the fans. We're saying we're going to start giving away our badges. Number one fans for the show, but one of our consistency board members as well. She is, one of our interviewees. Mark, is Mark around here today or no? Is he around?
And I think Mark has gone. Yeah.
Oh, is he gone? Anyway, all right. So we got. I thought I saw Carla as well. Anyway, so next week we have Darcy. He's also a member of our consistency board, and he's going to be coming on and talking to us about building your own community. Okay, so he's a self advocate, and he's going to be sharing the platform with us and talking about what it's like to the comparison between a Facebook kind of a forum versus an in-person forum, and so on and so forth, and where to find community, because Darcy is pretty involved in the community and has found several different places for building community, as has Mark. We have interviewed Mark in the past as well. Anyway, so be sure to join us next week. Don't miss that. And that brings us also to one question that I usually say for the last, and it's just to remind you to please a favor to go ahead, and if you find value in this type of programming that we're bringing to you, please go on the link that we are going to be posting and just, let us know how we're doing. This is the way we can justify the time that it takes us to be on the air with you. And so be sure to go. It doesn't take but a minute to do that, but it has so much value. So it keeps us on the air. So thank you for doing that. Even if you've done it before, we need one for every time we're on the air. So we thank you ahead of time. Okay. So that brings us to the end of the show, but we didn't want to leave without, first of all, reminding you to give us a like, share this video and this page with those who could benefit from this type of programming. And be sure to meet us here every other Friday around 10:45-ish, so we can share a cup of coffee with you as we spill the beans on important topics related to autism. But until then, we want to wish you good vibes and hot coffee.
Yes, hot coffee.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
See you later.